Question 1. Who assumed the leadership of Iran in March 2026 following the death of Ali Khamenei? Correct answer, Mojtaba Khamenei. Following the death of the supreme leader, his son Mojtaba Khamenei released his first public statement as the new leader. Question 2. Which nation became the first in South Asia to implement a total social media ban for children under 16 in March 2026? Correct answer, Indonesia. Indonesia followed Australia's lead by banning social media for children under 16 to combat cyberbullying and addiction. Question 3. In March 2026, which country hosted the 70th session of the Commission on the Status of Women, CSW 70? Correct answer, USA. The UN Women-led CSW 70 was held at the UN headquarters in New York from March 9th to 20th. Question 4. Which two countries conducted the 11th edition of the Lamitier 2026 joint military exercise in March? Correct answer, India and Seychelles. Exercise Lamitier 2026 was held at the Seychelles Defense Academy to enhance interoperability. Question 5. The US-led multinational naval exercise, Sea Dragon 2026 took place in March near which region? Correct answer, Guam. The exercise focused on anti-submarine warfare and included navies from India, Australia, Japan, and New Zealand. Question 6. In March 2026, which major trade route was threatened with a total blockage by Iranian leadership? Correct answer, Strait of Hormuz. New leadership in Tehran vowed to continue the blockage of the Strait of Hormuz, causing global oil price spikes. Question 7. Which world leader visited New Delhi in March 2026 to discuss a major trade deal with PM Narendra Modi? Correct answer, Mark Carney. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney visited Delhi for high-level trade and diplomatic discussions. Question 8. Zero Discrimination Day, observed on 1st March 2026, was led by which international organization? Correct answer, UNAIDS. UNAIDS leads the global observation to promote equality and dignity for all. Question 9. Which country passed the Freedom of Religion Bill 2026 in its regional assembly in March to prohibit forced conversions? Correct answer, Maharashtra, India. The Maharashtra Assembly passed the bill with stringent provisions against coercion in religious conversion. Question 10. The Arab Forum for Sustainable Development began its 2026 cycle in late March in coordination with which UN body? Correct answer, an ESCWA. The forum was organized by the UN Economic and Social Commission for Western Asia. Question 11. Japan launched the world's first freight-only bullet train in March 2026. What is its top speed? Correct answer, 275 km per hour. The freight Shinkansen, developed by East Japan Railway, operates at 275 km per hour between Morioka and Tokyo. Question 12. World Wildlife Day 2026, celebrated on 3rd March, focused on which primary theme? Correct answer, digital innovation in wildlife conservation. The 2026 theme highlighted the role of technology and digital tools in tracking and protecting endangered species. Question 13. Which Indian organization successfully tested the indigenous air-droppable container from AP-8I aircraft in March 2026? Correct answer, DRDO. DRDO and the Indian Navy conducted the trials off the coast of Goa to deliver payloads of up to 150 kilograms. Question 14. World Water Day 2026, 22nd March, saw the launch of a major report by which organization? Correct answer, UNESCO. UNESCO and UNWater launched the UN World Water Development Report on this day. Question 15. In March 2026, Which U.S. state witnessed a rare superbloom of wildflowers in Death Valley due to unusual rainfall? Correct answer, California. Usually barren, California's Death Valley saw a massive bloom of wildflowers in March. Question 16. The International Day of Zero Waste was observed for the first time on which date in March 2026? Correct answer, 30th March. 30th March is designated by the UN to promote sustainable consumption and production patterns. Question 17. Which Global Tech Summit was held in New Delhi in March 2026 focusing on inclusive growth? Correct answer, India AI Impact Summit. The summit focused on shaping AI for humanity and environmental stewardship. Question 18. A record-breaking quantum computing milestone was achieved in March 2026 by a lab in which city? Correct answer, Lisbon. A research team in Lisbon successfully stabilized a 1000-qubit processor for commercial-scale testing. Question 19. The Purple Day of Epilepsy Awareness was observed globally on which date in March? Correct answer, 26th March. 26th March is dedicated to increasing awareness about epilepsy worldwide. Question 20. Which UN agency launched the World Hearing Day campaign on 3rd March 2026? Correct answer, WHO. WHO uses this day to spread awareness about hearing loss and ear care. Question 21. Global oil prices surged to a record high in March 2026 primarily due to conflict in which region? Correct answer, West Asia. Escalation between Iran and Israel in West Asia shaken global energy markets. Question 22. Which country inaugurated its first smart village, Kusumpur, in March 2026 under ACSIR mission? Correct answer, India. The village in Odisha, India, became the first smart village under a mission mode initiative by CSIR. Question 23. The World Consumer Rights Day observed on 15th March 2026 focused on which digital theme? Correct answer, Fair AI for Consumers. The 2026 theme emphasized protecting consumers from biased or unfair AI algorithms. Question 24. Which European city was named the most expensive city for digital nomads in March 2026? Correct answer, Zurich. Zurich topped the index due to rising housing and energy costs in early 2026. Question 25. In March 2026, which platform became the first to reach 4 billion active monthly users? Correct answer, YouTube. YouTube reached the milestone driven by its expanded AI-driven educational content library. Question 26. The Global Economic Outlook report released in March 2026 predicted a recession for which major economy? Correct answer, Germany. Germany's industrial sector faced a sharp decline due to energy costs and supply chain shifts. Question 27. Which country launched the Araku Koni tribal millet-based food menu in March 2026? Correct answer, Andhra Pradesh, India. The AP government launched it to mainstream traditional tribal diets. Question 28. Bitcoin reached a new all-time high of $150,000 in March 2026. What was the primary driver? Correct answer, sovereign adoption by Brazil. Brazil's official recognition of Bitcoin as a reserve asset sparked a massive market rally. Question 29. Which major airline announced the zero-emission transatlantic flight success in March 2026? Correct answer, Air France. Air France successfully completed a hydrogen-powered test flight from Paris to New York. Question 30. The World Piano Day is celebrated on the 88th day of the year. On which date did it fall in 2026? Correct answer, 28th March. 28th March marked the 88th day of 2026, honoring the 88 keys on a piano. Question 31. Which city hosted the International Conference on Advanced Sports Science ICAST 2026 in March? Correct answer, Chennai. The conference was organized by SHRMIST in Chennai from March 27 to 28. Question 32. The World Theatre Day 27 March 2026 message was authored by a playwright from which country? Correct answer, Egypt. An Egyptian playwright was selected to deliver the prestigious annual message. Question 33. Which national park was named the most visited wildlife destination in March 2026? Correct answer, Kaziranga. Kaziranga in India saw record-breaking international tourist footfall in March 2026. Question 34. The 2026 World Women's Curling Championship was held in March in which country? Correct answer, South Korea. The championship took place in South Korea, highlighting the growth of winter sports in Asia. Question 35. Which iconic monument celebrated its anniversary on 31st March 2026? Correct answer, Eiffel Tower. 31st March is officially Eiffel Tower Day, marking its opening in 1889. Question 36. In March 2026, which country won the SAFF Women's Championship? Correct answer, India. India reclaimed the title in a thrilling final held in Kathmandu. Question 37. The World Happiness Report 2026 was released on 20th March. Which country retained the top spot? Correct answer, Finland. Finland was ranked the world's happiest country for the 9th consecutive year. Question 38. Which Indian state celebrated its Foundation Day as Bihar Divas on 22nd March 2026? Correct answer, Bihar. Bihar Divas commemorates the formation of the state from the Bengal Presidency. Question 39. The Pi Day, 14th March 2026 saw a new world record for reciting digits of pi. How many digits were recited? Correct answer, 115,000. A student in Japan set a new record by reciting 115,000 digits from memory. Question 40. Which film was awarded the Palme d'Or in a special spring retrospective in March 2026? Correct answer, The Silent Valley. The environmental documentary, The Silent Valley, won the Special Jury Prize. Question 41. Who was appointed as the first UN Envoy for Artificial Intelligence in March 2026? Correct answer, Amandeep Singh Gill. The UN expanded the role to oversee global AI governance and ethics. Question 42. The Abel Prize 2026, the Nobel of Mathematics, was awarded in March to a researcher in which field? Correct answer, Stochastic Analysis. The prize recognized groundbreaking work in probability and random processes. Question 43. Which Indian scientist was awarded the World Wildlife Conservation Award on 3rd March 2026? Correct answer, Dr. Purnima Devi Burman. She was recognized for her Hargila Army conservation efforts. Question 44. Who was sworn in as the new Prime Minister of Ireland in March 2026? Correct answer, Mary Lowe MacDonald. Following a historic election, the Sinn Féin leader took office. Question 45. The Pritzker Architecture Prize 2026 was awarded in March to an architect from which country? Correct answer, Japan. A Japanese architect was honored for sustainable urban high-rise designs. Question 46. Which global leader received the Order of the Nile, Egypt's highest civilian honor, in March 2026? Correct answer, Xi Jinping. President Xi Jinping received the honor during a state visit to Cairo. Question 47. Who was appointed as the chairman of the Global Semiconductor Alliance in March 2026? Correct answer, Lisa Su. AMD CEO Lisa Su was appointed to lead the alliance through the 2026 tech expansion. Question 48. The International Women of Courage Award 2026 included a recipient from which conflict zone in March? Correct answer, all of the above. The U.S. State Department honored women from multiple high-conflict regions for their bravery. Question 49. Which Indian actor was named the Global Ambassador for World Consumer Rights in March 2026? Correct answer, Ayushmann Khurrana. He was chosen for his clean image and advocacy for social causes. Question 50. The Commonwealth Day message for March 2026 was delivered by King Charles III, focusing on. Correct answer, climate resilience. The King emphasized the Commonwealth of Nature in his 2026 address.